I saw you made some comments about James Talarico. What do you think about him?
James
Talarico.
Oh yes,
the liberal Obama
yes
looking guy that's Christian, and he's going to do amazing
He
things.
gives me a creeps.
Really?
And he's
The left
yes.
loves him.
I don't know. He just kind of, some people just, you immediately kind of on edge about them. That could be unfair because I am judging a book by its cover there, but everything that comes out of his mouth is disturbing to my mind. I don't know how the Democrats think Texans are going to embrace someone who says God is non-binary and that what he loves most, apart from his own family, are trans children. Like, what a weird thing to say. To me, he's just a weirdo. And this is the thing amongst the left. You know what? They have so much going for them when it comes to the culture. They've got the whole culture. They've got Hollywood. They've got the mainstream media. They've got pretty much every sort of, social media platform other than X. They should be in power perpetually, but they just cannot help themselves being batshit crazy. They get crazy and then they get crazier.
Right.
And if it wasn't for that, if they could just at least pretend to be normal, they would probably be in power uninterrupted. Because they have everything going for them as far as the media is concerned.
And by the way, this is like, you ever see those clips, Rob, of how these Miss America or Miss Universe ask her, what do you think about world peace? And they say the dumbest things. This was his moment.
Remember the maps question for, I think it was Teen Miss USA. That was great.
What is that?
Well, a girl was asked about something about maps, and she gave the most convoluted, crazy answer.
Maps?
It was bad maps, wasn't it? Yeah. That one.
This one?
Oh, this girl. God bless
South
her.
Carolina. Yeah, I've seen this. This is the best one. Go ahead, Rob.
Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you think this is?
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere like such as
Why is she mentioning South Africa?
Our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. or should help South Africa and should help the Iraq and the Asian countries.
I mean, it's like, stop, babe. Can you imagine parents are like, honey, I'm begging you.
She's just saying words at this point.
Is that Mario Lopez? Is that really? Is that Mario?
I love the look on his face. Look at that.
By the way, this was her moment. Now watch James Talarico's moment with his answer. It's a similar answer, but watch.
Something that you love that's not family or friends.
I love, I'm just saying this because it's on my mind, the trans children who showed up yesterday at the state capitol to advocate for their humanity. They shouldn't have to, but it was an inspiration to watch.
Oh,
great. Yeah. So what I mean about creepy, that's exhibit A right there.
But I mean, a lot of people are getting behind them. They're like, hey, this is...
they got up behind Beto. What the hell was his name?
Beto
Roberto.
O'Rourke, Texas.
Yeah. I think he's that 2.0.
Oh, okay.
Or
So
actually,
you
we
put him in
already
that
had a
camp.
2.0, maybe 3.0. I just think he's going to be a media sensation. They're going to pump him up. I just can't see him getting elected. If he gets elected, then wow, there's some real problems.
Did you think Mamdani would get elected?
I did, because New Yorkers are crazy. So, like, you keep electing crazy, you get crazy, and I have very little sympathy for them. I really do. Because, like you said, it was a democratic process. It wasn't foisted upon them. It's not Iran. They chose that. Good luck. But I do worry about states like Texas and even Florida, though the last election showed it's not such an issue here yet, that you got this influx of New Yorkers and Californians, and sadly, many of them will keep voting the same way, backing the same sort of politicians who ruined their home state. And it's going to be an issue, and I think it's going to be an issue as far as New Yorkers are concerned because a lot of them are leaving. Have you got Zuckerberg's just moved to Florida too in April. I think he's going to move down here.
He bought a small place for $174 million.
Wow.
Yeah, just
Nice.
a small, tiny place.
I'll never forgive him for what he did in 2020. You
Oh,
know what? I
Facebook,
know
yeah.
he's pretending now to be all sort of,
Do you think
I'm a
he's pretending, or you think
centrist.
he's
Please.
baptized and converted?
Nonsense. He donated, 450, 500 million of his own money
Yes, he did.
to fortify the election, as they called it. No, you don't do that. And then 3 years later, suddenly have some conversion, some moment.
To his defense, he had when the president got shot, he was being interviewed on a podcast, and I think it was like 24 hours later or something like that. And he said, "Did he say is that the most badass moment I've ever seen in my life?"
Right here.
That's the one right there. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen this.
Now, look, I mean, there's obviously a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world. I mean, the historic events over the weekend. And I mean, on a personal note, it's, seeing Donald Trump get up after getting shot in the face and pump his fist in the air with the American flag is one of the most badass things I've ever seen in my life. But, and I think, look, at some level as an American, it's like hard to not get
Now, she's a liberal,
emotional about
so
that.
Okay, can I
spirit.
respond
Pause.
to that?
Go for it.
I reckon he's smart enough, he's savvy enough to know after that moment Trump had the election.
Oh, you think that's what it is?
And that's why he said that, because he knew, particularly he's saying that it happened last weekend, so it's days afterwards. And days afterwards, that was the rhetoric, that he can't, this is going to give him such an incredible boost, his reaction, the fact that he was targeted, it's going to galvanize the supporter base and they're going to come out and vote. So I think that's a reaction to that. I just don't believe a grown man who spends close to $500 million of his own money, could have even been more than $500 million in the end, because there was multiple lump sums that he devoted to that cause. Then 3 years later goes, oh, nah, the guy that I spent $500 million making sure didn't get reelected, I'm now standing next to, or I'm indifferent to it. I don't mind who wins. Don't believe it for 1 second. And if you look at Instagram and Facebook, the meta sites and their algorithm, what they censor, they're still censoring conservative voices. So no, he can get stuffed. So yeah, that's going to be your neighbor in Florida.
Yeah, he'll be in Miami.
But that's the thing; they all move. That once the taxes bite, they'll move to a red state. But yeah, I can't believe that his belief system's changed that dramatically.
You know when we'll know that? We'll know that in the next election if a liberal wins, because there's
Yes.
AOC is making some momentum. She's being on Kalshi. If you look at it, she's all over the place. Newsom right now is at the top of the list. You're seeing some different names that are popping up. Josh Shapiro, Pritzker, all these guys. If a Democrat wins, we'll see how Zuckerberg reacts.
Particularly if it's a Newsom. If he's fled Gavin Newsom's California, I still think he'll stand with Newsom if Newsom wins. I think Newsom's the front runner. That poll shows he's the front runner. I mean, if you look at the polls, Kamala's the front runner, isn't she? Isn't that the one that the polls show, but the betting agencies think?
CNN
Newsom.
showed something that had Newsom. This is the first time in God knows how many years, 50 years, that a leading Democratic candidate at this time hasn't been above 25%. This doesn't happen at this time. And he was at, it was a CNN poll that came out, CNN poll that they did. That's the one right there? Yeah, this is the first time since 92 cycle, almost 40 years. 30, 35, 34 years. Go ahead, Rob.
Downright clown car at this point on the Democratic side. I mean, just take a look here. Top choices for the 2028 Dem-Pres nominee. You have a leader, but it's not really a clear leader. It's within the margin of error. You have Newsom at 19%. Then you have former Vice President Kamala Harris at 18%. Quite a weak number for her, given that, of course, she was the nominee last time around. Pete Buttigieg, who, of course, has run before, at 13%. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez at 12%. This is just a total clown car. It is a total mess. There is no clear front runner at this particular point. on the Democratic side. Who the heck knows who the nominee is going to be in 2 years?
It's been a long time since we've had a Democratic race like this.
Yeah, it has been a long time. This is very unusual for the Democratic side to not have a clear front runner at this point. National early poll leader at least 25%. Look at this. This year, we get the giant question mark. No one. In 2020, when there was no incumbent, it was Joe Biden who was there, Hillary Clinton in both 08 and 16, and Al Gore in both 2000 and 2004 at this point. We're at least at 25% of the early polls. You have to go all the way back from when I wasn't even in elementary school yet, not even in pre-K yet,
animated.
to 1992.
Must be
that was the
Persian.
last cycle in which there was no clear front runner.
Probably
at
not,
this point.
but
Very
he
unusual.
looks Persian,
He
acts
does look.
Persian.
He has the beard of a Persian.
We love theatrics. He says it's a clown show because of the numbers.
On CNN. He
CNN.
works for CNN.
But it's a clown show because of the shallow talent pool. You look at that,
Right.
they've got nothing. Newsom is their most likely, and you look at what he did in San Francisco, what he did in California. The man is a bloody pathological liar. Did you see the lie about I don't read? And then there's clips of him talking about speed reading a novel, like a book, 200 odd
That's the
pages in a couple of hours.
Yep.
I mean, this guy is not even good at lying, and he's still going to get the most golden run from the media, from the celebrity class, from just every, element of the culture is going to back him.
I think
Which is the Democrat advantage. They always get this.
if there's ever been a time where a Democrat is sitting on the sidelines as an outsider wanted to get in, right now's the time. But for some of you that are watching her that are fans, she's officially on Minnect. So if you want to Minnect her and ask her questions, you can. I think her QR code is going to be somewhere below here.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.